See, me, I'm super fly, super duper fly. Rub your hands up my thigh and go super duper high. See my apple pie, tell me if you lie.
It's Marla Wright, author of Suck a Dick, Save a Marriage, sitting here with Chef Blanco of Sex Gumbo. Make sure you cop my book at Black and Nobel. These are the responses I normally get. Heterosexual men, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They get the high five. And then the heterosexual females, they do this. Ooh, that's me. That's me. Because there's truth behind what I'm saying in terms of change who you can change. Stop trying to nag that man to change and do everything that you want him to do, because he's not your child. He's not your puppet. He's not your puppy. And we can't force anybody to do, say, act any way that we want them to, because they're their own human being. So women have been very receptive. Of course, I get the females that are like, oh yeah, girl, I've been sucking it for a while and it's been saving my marriage. So there's a whole myriad of responses that I'm getting, but they're usually, most of them are very positive. I have very few overly religious who I feel are Christians who just are shrewd and, you know, a little conservative, and they're entitled to be, which is fine, because this book is not for everybody. But for those people who get it, they get it and they love it. Actually, to be really honest, the conversation, the title came out of a conversation with a friend of mine who happens to be a pastor. And he had just gotten married, and his wife was starting to nag and, you know, do the whole typical little thing that we do as women after we get a little comfortable. And so I was like, yo, you know, at least tell me, you know, you still getting some. And he was like, no. And I was like, oh man, come on. And then I said, well, at least tell me you're still getting your dick sucked. And he was like, no. And I said, oh God, if more women would just shut their damn mouths and suck some damn dick, then more marriages would be saved. Because men are simple. Sex, recreational activity, food, and peace of mind, and they're pretty much good. And so the whole premise behind that, I got on a little bit of a soapbox of sometimes we just talk too much as women, and sometimes even in our rightness we need to reserve the right to be right and just shut up. That's where the title kind of came out of put something positive in your mouth and be more, speak life into the man as opposed to being so negative to him. And we expect them to be great people, but then we want to cut them down all the time. So that's kind of where the title came out of just shut up and suck some dick or something. Book, I didn't really go into detail on sex. I still feel like, especially in churches, people need to talk about sex. We're just not exploring what sex really is, why God created sex, the power that's behind sex, the covenants that everything that goes into sex. We really need to explore it, because we have too many people dissatisfied with sex. I'm like ludicrous, and I believe some of y'all just ain't doing it right. Y'all just ain't doing it right because we're so sheltered, and we feel like even in marriage that sex is still taboo, and I don't understand that at all. That's crazy to me, that we should be able to talk to my partner and I should be able to say, hey babe, you know, I need you to move 3 inches to the left, or I need you to do this, and not, like I say, not make you feel less than a man, but just knowing my body and knowing what feels good for me, to be able to healthily dialogue about that with the person that I'm choosing to be intimate with. When you understand your body and when you understand the connection and all of the things that go into it, then it's something completely different than what the little fluff that we're being fed. You know, I've had a lot of people tell me that fellatio or oral sex is, you know, Christians. I'm a Christian, but I still believe in it. And I've had a lot of people tell me that, you know, it's against God and all this stuff, and I'm just waiting for somebody to prove it in the Bible to me, because I don't believe it.
Sex gumbo, throw it in the pot. Opportunity is yours, show me what you got. I love when you keep it real. You